percentage of agencies would you say are insured properly when you engage with them?
Properly, I would say less than 10%. The first problem you see a lot of times is that there for an international mission sending organization, there's really, when you talk about insurance policies or insurance products, there's probably 5 or 6 products that most decent size agencies should have. And I would say the overwhelming majority of agencies that I work with have 3, maybe 4. So they're missing some pieces. And it's not even just about, hey, we're not insuring this. They don't even know that it's an option. They don't know that that coverage is out there. And I tell folks the trade-off is always, okay, when you look at an insurance policy, it's a bucket of risk. So a kidnapping that occurs in Haiti, that's a risk that your ministry is holding. And if that happens, you've got to figure out how to resolve it. You've got to pay to resolve it. If you get an insurance policy that covers that, you're going to take that bucket of risk, you're handing it to the insurance company, and now it's their fiduciary risk that they're holding on to. So you've got all these buckets of risk on the table as a ministry, and a lot of ministries, they don't even know that, hey, I can hand this bucket to somebody else, or that sometimes they don't even know that there's a bucket of risk sitting there. So they're not getting the education component they should have. So they don't even know what they don't know, or what's even a possibility. Because sometimes the reality is with this ministry, because this is a great example for this conversation, because Haiti is so expensive to insure for kidnapping right now. Like, if you can find an insurer that will do it, it's outrageously expensive. So most ministries, if I take that premium to them and I say, hey, here's how much it is, they're going to look at that number and bet, you know what, we'll figure out how, if it happens, we'll figure out how to do it on themselves, which is fine. At least they're having the conversation. They know what's out there. They know what the trade-off is. But to go back to your question, most of the ministries we talk to, they don't even there's a world of coverages that they don't understand are out there. They don't understand what the pricing ramifications are, or what the risk of not having those types of coverages are. So most of them are drastically, they don't even know what they don't have. And then the second component is what we find, and you and I have dug into this a lot, especially the larger organizations. They're so big and they have so many things going on. Workers' compensation is always a great example that I come back to. Most of our missions agencies now, all of their workers are remote, right? So they're moving, they're going from state to state. If you have one that's got 80 workers inside the US, like expats that work here, they might have 25 states that they operate in. And each one of those has to have a work comp policy. And almost inevitably, whether it's autos, property, work comp, when I start auditing their policy and doing a needs evaluation, I found out, oh, here's a state that didn't have work comp in. Oh, here's an auto. I had a account earlier this year. They had autos on their policy that they had sold 3 years ago. They've been paying 3 years of premium for autos that they don't own and they're not operating. And those are the types of things. So there's one thing is there's coverages that they don't have, that they don't even know exist. And then a lot of times unfortunately, the agents and the brokers that they work with aren't doing a comprehensive needs analysis or risk analysis of everything that they have and making sure that the policies are appropriate.